Hello everyone, welcome. My camera is slightly lower than usual. Or have I gotten taller? It's possible I've gotten taller as well. Let's never rule that out. Do I look about the right height now. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed the musical interlude before we started. We're going to be on delay today. I'm now going to be obsessed with the height of my camera. But we're going to be on delay today because we're watching a FACEIT official match from live in the server. We're going to be watching Supershy and we're going to be watching Ataraxia. Ataraxia. I'm going to have to say it a few times today, so I should hopefully get better at it. So, I hope everyone's ready for this one. It's quite an interesting fixture because Ataraxia are really a team on the up. Supershy are a team we've done pretty decently. We can take a look at a bit of a schedule. I'm always a sucker to show you the schedule and show you this very vibrant spreadsheet with all the different colours. We're currently in week number 3, and in week number 3 there's actually going to be 3 matches instead of a normal 2. So there's a lot of action happening. We've seen a few results already. Ataraxia made pretty quick work of Quick Esports. Didn't do it on purpose, but I heard it as I started the sentence and I couldn't get out of it partway through. But they made pretty short work of them. Supershy, on the other hand, had a pretty close opening map against Ents. A little bit back and forth, but once we got to the second map, it was full hold central. It was all Ents all the way, and Supershy didn't get too much of a look in for Supershy, though obviously Tools was playing in that game instead of Hitori, who we'd normally expect. I saw Hitori streaming a little bit earlier, so my expectation is Hitori is back. He's ready to play. Again, I'm going to adjust the height here. I'm now in my head about the height of my camera. I wish I hadn't have gotten taller last night. It's causing me real hassle. All right, I'm confident now. But it means we're round 6. Getting pretty close to the halfway stage. There will be 15 rounds in total. I don't know if you can actually quite see all of that. But yeah, 15 rounds in total. So we're getting pretty far in, and teams are starting to filter themselves out a bit. We can take a look at the table as it stands. The table as it stands obviously has Space Station Twisted Minds at the top. No teams were meant to play this week, but won't actually be playing until next week now. They've had a Twisted Minds, I think, had to reschedule, so everything's been moved. On the other hand, we can see a couple of the teams we're going to be watching today. Right here, Ataraxia obviously sitting quite pretty, very much expecting to actually technically shoot to the top of the table here, at least until Space Station play their next game. I know Space Station are playing, I think, an hour and 13 minutes from now. Meanwhile, Supershy can actually jump themselves up as well, put themselves on a 4-2 record. I don't think they can actually go up the standings because of map difference, but they put themselves in a pretty good position. Obviously, this top 8 is the interesting part. If you're in the top 8, you get to play in the elimination round. And if you do well in the elimination round, you get to go to the Esports World Cup, which is why it all matters. And these sort of games, I think if you're a team like Supershy, if you're a team like Ataraxia, there are certain teams below maybe a threshold. Maybe I'll put that threshold here that you just kind of expect to beat. And then there's maybe teams above a certain threshold. Maybe technically Ent should be in that, which you don't expect to beat. And then what's going to happen with all these middle games from all these sort of middle teams, the R8s of the world, the Peps, the Supershys, the Ataraxias, the Ayers, the results these teams get against each other, these ones are the ones who are going to decide who actually gets in this top 8. These are going to be the sort of the tiebreaker games, essentially, to separate the wheat from the chaff, which is an expression I hear, but I don't actually know enough about farming to tell you what it means. I presume it's part of the wheat is also the chaff, and you don't want the chaff, but you do want the wheat. This isn't a farming stream, but it is an Overwatch stream. So, Overwatch-wise, I think there's 2 sort of different situations for both teams. Supershy are actually got a pretty good record. You look at this 3-2, 7th place seems good. The problem for Supershy is if I tell you which teams they did win, and we can actually, I've got more stuff to show you. If we look at their record here, we can actually see the teams that they've beaten, Metaboys, Meavdron, New Age, are probably all teams that were in that bottom tier we originally talked about, who maybe you would just expect them to beat. And as such, it's good that they beat them, but it's not super impressive. The teams that they've lost to are, and Ents. Maybe Ents you would expect them to lose to, but that one's going to hurt. So actually, every time Supershy have been provided a maybe sterner test on one of the easy teams, they failed. Now, Ataraxia is going to be a stiff test again today, but we're interested to see if they can ever match it. Meanwhile, on the Ataraxia side, this is very much a new look roster if you haven't seen it before. These are the players to focus on. This is very much expected to be our starting lineup for today. They've been playing quite well. They've obviously got the Canale Gala double flex support backline. And not only have they done what you would expect them to do in terms of beating teams maybe like MoveTron and Quick Esports, they've also actually beaten R8. They've beaten Ents, which maybe nobody expected. They did lose to Twisted Minds, but I think if you go back and watch that series, it's a lot closer. I think it was 2-0 to Twisted Minds in the end, but it was a little bit closer than the scoreline maybe suggests. And I think ultimately Ataraxia may feel a little bit hard done by that they at least didn't get it to a map 3 and give themselves a shot in that one. The most interesting part of this matchup right here today is that whenever we talk about Ataraxia or any game involving Ataraxia, we have to talk about the fact that Ataraxia have 2 flex supports, which means they don't like Lucio. They will play Lucio where they have to, but it's not looked good when they have done it, and it's been a sort of perennial weak point for them, a perennial hole in their system. So as such, you can sort of draft quite well against them. You know, you can take them away from certain maps they like. I think if we look back, this is the classic example of maybe the Ents series, where the draft wasn't very good from Ents, and this allowed Ataraxia to capitalize, take us to maps like Busan, where the double flex comp is actually very strong. So, we expect, since Ents' fumble, it's raised awareness. Ents have sacrificed themselves to raise awareness of making sure you draft properly against Ataraxia. So I expect there to be a little bit more sophistication in the draft, because one thing that's true against Ataraxia is obviously there are double flex maps to avoid, but there's also certain maps where it's very easy to play something like dive. Like if you're a double flex team and you want to play Alari in places or Kiri in places, if you can go to a dive map and you can just say, hey, it's Ana Brig time, you can force Gala onto Brig, which again isn't a comfort compared to like an Alari or a Kiri, and you can force them into this matchup. And in general, dive is pretty good against double flex. If you can play good dive, you should be able to really take it to Ataraxia. I think Ataraxia are going to play SSG on Saturday as well. I very much expect SSG to do the same thing, to go Kiri, Lucio, Winston, and try and make Gala and Canale's life hard. And we've seen from Supershy in the past that they actually have that in their wheelhouse as well, a bit of dive, especially, and maybe essentially, if Hitori is here. Hitori, you go back to Supershy's roster. Hitori, I think, has really been one of the standout players for Supershy in their sort of glow up, if you want to call it that. I think Pac and Zorro have also looked very good, but I think Hitori has really been the highlight player. I think he's got a lot of value on the Winston. He's always looked good when he's in. He wasn't available in their previous game against Ents, but I believe he will be available now. I hope he is available now, because I think Hitori being available and able to play Winston makes the swaps really on, because we know Sobek and Takuno, they're quite happy to play Kiri Lucio, they're quite happy to play Ana Brig as well. So whether we go to a map like Paricio or we go to a map like Oasis or something, it's really possible. Now, we've still got plenty of time. This is the countdown. These rosters aren't necessarily going to be the final ones, though actually, to be fair, the players like you see on screen right now, I think are very likely to actually be the players we do get to see. Map-wise, once we get to it, we can talk about the bans more as we go through it. But I think there's some interesting things to happen. I think if you're Supershy, you maybe need to really consider, do you want to take Busan out of the map pool? You also maybe need to consider, once you get to some of the other maps, do you want to take like Junkertown out of the map pool? Probably do. I mean, to be fair, Supershy normally ban Junkertown anyway, so map 3 might be relatively straightforward for Supershy. In that sense, just get rid of Junkertown. It's worth saying, because Ataraxia are the left-hand team here, they're going to get to pick maps 1 and map 3, and Supershy are going to pick map 2. So, very much expect when Supershy get there to pick map 2. Ataraxia love to ban Pariso because they don't want to take a dive mirror. Supershy also like a dive mirror, so it lines up really nicely for Ataraxia to just take that map away from them. That means Supershy basically get a little bit of free reign over where they go instead. Do they take us to Midtown? Probably not. A very strong double flex map. In fact, Supershy might even ban it, honestly. Or do they take it to something like an Icon World? I think would be really on the cards. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go to Icon World for the second map. Then for map number 3, Ataraxia have a bit of an interesting choice. They normally ban Shambali, but they might want to ban Root against Supershy if Supershy are quite a dive-heavy team. What you can do, obviously, because Ataraxia are going to pick the map, I'll run you through the hypothetical if you can follow this. So there's 4 maps in play. Let me clear this. There's 4 maps in play, and there's Shambali. Should I get a different color going on the black background? There we go. Shambali, there's Junkertown, there's Rialto, and I'll put over here Route 66. So if you're Ataraxia, you get 1 ban, and then you get to pick. So I think if you're Ataraxia, you probably want to play Junkertown, but let's say Supershy ban Junkertown. What you can do is you can ban Route 66, and then Obviously, Supershy would love to go to Shambali. You don't need to ban Shambali like you normally do. You can just go Route 66. I mean, they can also do it the other way around. They can ban Shambali, ignore Route 66. But I imagine we're probably going to get a Supershy ban on Junkertown and then a Rialto pick out of Ataraxia. It should be said, even though we talk a lot about the limitations of Ataraxia's roster and the double flex nature, now actually, this map pool is pretty good. It's pretty good. I can show you the full map pool, I think. It should be up here. It's actually pretty good as far as double flex goes. So there's a lot of situations where it's quite difficult for teams to actively ban all the maps where double flex might be viable. You know, if we go through the list quickly, we can see actually what Iconworld kind of viable. Hollywood, which is the map they beat Ents on, a map they've had a lot of success on. Ataraxia, all quite viable. Midtown as well. Likewise, Junkertown and Rialto both quite viable for their comp as well. And then maybe Control is probably the toughest one for Ataraxia. But actually, overall, I think Ataraxia can count themselves pretty fortunate that they've got this map pool with their exact combination of roster right now. So, we're approaching 4 minutes out. One thing I should say, now we've got people here, is obviously I am on 2-minute delay, which means it's hard sometimes to interact with you. Because of, you know, the space and time. The space and time distance between us, so even though we're close, emotionally, we're actually separated by the laws of physics and the laws of time. So what I wanted to do is, because this limits my ability to interact with all of you at home, what I'm going to do is we're going to cast the game as we normally would once we go into map 1. And once we're going to do a ban phase, we're going to play map 1. Cool. And then there's going to be a break, normally quite a short break. But what I would normally do on, say, a Scrim co-stream is everyone would ask a load of questions, and I try and answer as many questions in the break as I can. So I want to do the same thing, but obviously there's a little bit of a delay. So if you have any questions about the game or anything, I really want to focus on questions. I'll try and answer questions that are relevant to this particular match we're watching. If you want to write them in chat as you go, my loyal mod Artemis will be collecting some of the best questions and will send them to me ahead of time, so that when we get to that sort of halftime show, I'm able to answer some of those questions. Basically, think of it like this: is when I'm casting, I'm both casters. That's okay. But when we go between maps, I have to become the entire desk. But I'm not the establishment. I don't have an entire bank vault full of money and gems to spend on talent and translators and everything else. So I need everyone at home to be the desk with me and to ask me insightful questions for me to bounce off. So I need everyone. If you want to be the Danny, if you want to be the Zoe, if you want to be the Reinforce, everyone's going to want to be Jake, right? Everyone probably wants to be Jake if you had to pick one. Obviously, we're going to pick Jake. But if you want to be one of them, get your question in. Artemis will send it to us, and I'll try and answer as many of them. We did have a lot of issues in some of the games on Tuesday night in terms of the lobby or the FACEIT interface, the FACEIT behind the scenes thing that normally automatically makes the lobbies in Overwatch and invites other players wasn't working. So we're having to do a lot of workarounds with admins manually starting the lobby. Sometimes the teams just had to host a lobby, which meant it was just a bit of a delay to getting everything going. I think a lot of these issues were caused mainly by the patch timing that happened on Tuesday as well. But FACEIT have announced today that is all fixed. It's all fixed. So there shouldn't be any of those issues, which means we should have a much smoother run of show today compared to how we have previously. So hopefully that all makes sense. Then if we start to look at this match itself, hold on, I've got a bit of a preview. A quick aside for now. Now, a few people asking about the Twisted Minds game. I think it's not being streamed. I was asking the FACEIT channel before if anyone was able to do it, anything like that, but the answer was actually no. Nobody was covering that game in particular. One thing we can do, it's worth announcing while we're here, is if you've not seen this, the madmen have gone and done it. They've got the replay code tracker. Chris had the idea. I did the legwork. I know that one from before. But the replay code tracker is live and accessible to all the good people at home. Which means even though you might not be able to catch the game live, Twisted Minds against Rockstars, the replays will be put into here probably. And what I'm going to do is probably at some point tomorrow, I'm going to do what I've done before, where I do a bit of a cast of the replay codes, a little bit of production value, a little bit of pre-show, all that kind of jazz, and I'll get it on my YouTube channel. And this one that you're watching now, if you have to leave, like right now, for whatever reason, it's your dinner time, it's your tea time, This one will also be going on YouTube as well, so you can catch it there. And any other games you missed or you thought were interesting, you can watch them all there. But if you want to go into the replay code yourself, this is fully accessible. You can go see all your favorite teams. You can go watch Zeb, you can go watch Lethal, you can go watch Seeker, find out what they're doing, see the games, and watch it from your favorite players' POV. All right, so 20 seconds, and we're going to load into this, and we'll go into the ban phase. So we'll try and talk you through the bans as we go. We'll try and get ourselves in the headspace of the players in question and the teams in question. The way the draft system works when we watch it on FACEIT is you'll be able to see each team's ban. I probably need a different color now. We'll be able to see each team's ban, and then when the picking team picks, it moves on too quickly. So you're not always able to see what the map is picked until the end. I say not always. You're literally never able to see it until until the end. So we'll see the bans and we'll try and use our brain power to solve it. And I think we can solve that. I think I can envision it. I can envision it. So we're just gonna get the lineups finalized by both teams, and then we'll be ready to go in to the ban and pick phase. Ataraxia to kick us off with the first ban, then Supershy will ban, and then Ataraxia will get to pick from the 2 remaining maps. We'll get the map pulled up on screen shortly. I'm a little bit late to this, but I see support asking, where do we submit pictures of our rooms to be rated? And I must insist that there is no plans for this feature, so please do not send me pictures of your room or pictures of anything else. I am currently not accepting pictures of anything. Room or otherwise, no pictures. They will not be reciprocated. Not be reciprocated. If I had to do predictions, I think Ataraxia are favourites. I think Ataraxia are favourites. Strength of roster, the way they've been playing lately, all puts them ahead. Let's not forget about some of the individuals we've seen shine here. Obviously, Gyro looked really good on Alari and Kiri, as we would expect. Hold on, I just need to drop this link for people. Copy link. Hopefully the admins my mods can add that to the replay command as well. Maybe add a bit of formatting so we can differentiate it. But, what was I saying? Sorry, yeah, a lot of the star players, I think Gala's been playing very well and Sauna's been playing very well, but also Rajaro is a player I want to highlight. And also, so we're going to start with Supershy. Actually, Ataraxia banned Samoa, which is actually what we expect. They normally ban Samoa, they take it out of the map pool. No surprises there. This is the interesting one for Supershy. Now, Supershy normally ban Nepal. It's their permaban. They've banned it every time. But Busan is a particularly strong map for a lot of what Ataraxia want to play. And it looks like Supershy are opting to leave Busan open, so I very much expect Ataraxia to take us to Busan. My expectation is, I was thinking about this earlier, that Supershy could actually play Lucio on Mecha Base, Ataraxia will mirror Lucio, and that might be okay. Sanctuary will be hard, but on Downtown it's quite dive favoured, so they could actually, it's maybe not too bad for Supershy. We're going to get Ataraxia ban Paricio as we expect here. Oh no, sorry, Supershy ban Paricio actually. I thought they would have been interested. Okay, that's a mistake actually from Supershy, because I think Ataraxia would have banned Paricio anyway. They've kind of given Ataraxia a free ban here, because Ataraxia would have been forced to ban Paricio anyway. So I think Supershy, they still get to pick the map, so it's not the end of the world. You can see Ataraxia taking a bit more time over this ban compared to previous ones, because I don't think they were expecting that either. So Ataraxia getting a freebie there off Supershy. I guess if I'm Ataraxia, I probably want Midtown open. They do always win Hollywood, so maybe I want Hollywood open. Do they ban Iconworld then? Maybe they ban Iconworld here, Ataraxia. Still plenty of time, 50 seconds. Yeah, Iconworld is the ban from Ataraxia here, so Hollywood and Midtown to decide. Oh, this is an awful decision for Supershy. We'll see which one they pick, but Hollywood, Ataraxia always do well on, and Midtown, a very good double flex map, so that's an awkward one for Supershy. I think they've got themselves in a bit of a predicament there by banning Paricio first. So we've got Junkertown and Shambali, so the bans we would expect. Ataraxia, we expect to go to Rialto, avoid that Route 66 and that dive risk, I think. We'll see the whole map line up in a little bit. But overall, I think another draft that's actually come out in Ataraxia's favour so far. The Busan I don't think is so bad. We can talk about the Busan while we wait for Ataraxia to pick here. Because I think of a Busan, you obviously have Mecha Base, which is a Lucio mirror, which is okay if you're super shy. And then you have Downtown, which is, you can play double flex on, but actually, you can also play dive. So if Hitori's in, as we expect, then actually you can play dive, and maybe you can really, if you can play it well, you can actually really punish this double flex backline. And then you've got Sanctuary. Sanctuary's hard. Sanctuary's a really hard one. But maybe it's not impossible for Super Shy on Busan. I'm more worried about the second map for Super Shy, especially because that second map was also the one Super Shy got to pick. I feel like they've maybe missed more of an opportunity there compared to the first map, where I feel like Busan's not as crazy a take. I think, even though when we talked about Ents leaving Busan open, so yeah, Busan, Midtown, Rialto, and I've got the lobby invite. So I can take you in-game. We're going to lose my face. We'll be starting on Busan. So yeah, to explain a little bit why I think leaving Busan open is okay for Super Shy, but a mistake for Ents. Hold on. I'm getting flirted with. So for Ents, they don't have, because they were playing Vestler everywhere, they don't have a Winston player. So going dive on Downtown is very tricky for them. So they're sort of forced to play double flex or like a bat brig or something. And I think it makes it very awkward for them. So Ents didn't have the option open that I think Super Shy do with Hitori in the roster. So we'll get a few joins and rejoins here as they try and get everyone into the correct order. And as we go into this first one then, so I think a real big question for Ataraxia. We asked this question when they played Quick earlier in the week. We asked, when they have to play Lucio, because there's certain rounds, especially on KOF, where Lucio just is essential. There's really no way around it. You have to play it. So they do, and they put Gala on it, and obviously it's not Gala's strength, and obviously it's a comp, they play a lot less than other teams because of that as well. It means, how good are they in that Lucio mirror? Because if we see what we saw against Quick Esports, when Ataraxia took that Lucio mirror and actually looked dominant on that Lucio mirror too, this is a huge problem for Super Shy. If they can't win the Lucio mirror Super Shy, their ability to get into this game might be really difficult. The nice thing for Super Shy is they do have a dive option as well. They get to Hitori on Winston, and then Takuno and Sobek probably on Kiri Lucio. I think that's a huge potential win for them. Thank you as well to Amada. I'm going to get this wrong, and it's going to be preserved forever on the YouTube recording. Ahmad Ablam. I did it. Eternal Salt as well. Thank you for the Prime. 3 months of fantastic Overwatch content. Thank you, Ahmad. Yeah, I've had a really good time. We get into 3 months, and I don't think you can... Oh, here's the train. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I'll go back to the main screen so you can see this. It doesn't show on the HUD, but we've actually got a Golden Kappa train on the go. We've got this train, and we've got a Golden Kappa train over here. So we've got 2 trains, which means if you want the gold Kappa, I think last time we got the gold Kappa train, we had to get to about 5, level 5 maybe. So we've got a way to go, but it's doable. It's doable if you are so inclined. We're still waiting for a few of the players to join up. Meanwhile, in lobbies, so we have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Obviously, you're going to experience this all a little bit delayed. Thank you to London, London Overwatch for the tier 1. Great name, London Overwatch. I do appreciate it. And it feels like the Golden Kappa train is on its way. Hold on, let me just, yeah. Which means also this cast is going to be, there's going to be a new challenge for me in this cast, because if people are keen to get the Golden Kappas, that means we're going to have subscriptions, we're going to have donations, we're going to have bits. Which means there's also a test for me of, can I cast the game and keep thanking everyone accurately? So, we'll see how that goes. We can focus a little bit on the game while everyone debates how keen they are for the Golden Kappa. It's real though. It's real though. I've seen it before. We've had it before. We've got the Golden Kappa. Thank you from our man on the ground. Let me show you the strat lobby. Will, super shy, backup. Also want to point out that the ball comp broke into Alaria, might need to mention that. So let's do a little bit of a pre-game interview here with Will. How is Hitori's ball? If she's got a good ball, then maybe it could be a problem. Let's see. We'll do a bit of background research while we wait this game for chance. We'll see. All right. Kappa. Just a normal Kappa there from Will, not a golden Kappa. So, let's see if Will is playing today. Imagine Will won't be playing today. Oh. What's happened? Did everyone just get kicked out? Everyone just get kicked out? Yeah, let me investigate. Yeah. Kicked out of lobby. Anyone else just get kicked out of lobby? Ah, we are waiting for an admin. Hold on. Ataraxia get the 0-2 loss again. Oh, not there in time. Oh, they were trying to remake for. I'll bring this up so everyone can be sort of informed as well. You can't see all of the chat on the right here. This is like the lobby chat, but essentially the lobby timed out. Taniki, who is the Ataraxia boss man, he's going to be casting the game in Spanish on his channel. If you are Spanish speaking and interested in that, thank you to Void Ranger. Thank you to Space Jazz as well. Primes, a gift as well from Space Jazz. Who got it? A Beagle? A Beagle got it? Thank you as well, Foresight. Appreciate the bits. Bit of a Smex Primal on the go here. We've now got the admin in lobby. So I think we're going to need to remake for lobby and we'll go back into it. So we've got a bit of time here if anyone is interested in the Golden Kappa. We got a bit of time. Oh, wait. Have I got another lobby invite? No. Oh, wait. So yeah, just trying to make sure we can get everyone in. Make sure we can get everyone in. Thank you as well, Aegis. A tier 1 gift. Who got it? Jubiok? I've just got the lobby invite again. Let's hope. Hopefully we can get everyone in here. And get everyone in. Alright, are we just going straight in? Blimey. Blimey, let me get you over here then, because we are not wasting any time. Thank you. Thank you for everyone who gave support. I'm just going to turn my light on quickly. Hopefully the lights are not too bright for me. And I can hold it. Initiating match. And we're going to go into Busan. It's nighttime on Busan, which means it's obviously quite pretty. It also means our HUD's going to be bugged because of the lobby. Hold on, sorry. Every time the FACEIT lobby bugs, and it doesn't work out. Because what's happened is basically the HUD that Solomon's made pulls all the details from... Pulls all the details, so... Should I just turn the HUD off for now? Let me see. Let's de-HUD ourselves, and we can try it periodically and see if we're back. Because what's happened is it pulls directly from the FACEIT website. So when it's cached... When the result is like a default win because we had to remake for lobby, what happens is it incorrectly takes it that Supershy have won the map even though they haven't. So we'll turn off the HUD for now to avoid any confusion. I'll add it in post in the VOD. And now, thank you very much, Cleopatra. Thank you, Mr. Kalla. The Golden Kappa is coming. And they're out of spawn here, Ataraxia. They've gone Bapillari. No surprises here. No surprises here. And they'll be swinging out wide. Meanwhile, it's actually a Mauga, Genji, Lucio. So aggressive comp here. Expect Hitori to start the fight. They will slam in aggressively, and they'll try and follow here. Now here comes the slam. Defensive lamp is forced. They try and turn on Rajaro. Rajaro's taken so much damage. Sobek all over him. One apiece for Sobek and Hitori. And the rest of Supershy will plow on forward. And a good start here. So the basic idea of this comp here from Supershy is Hitori or Pack, either of them can start the fight either with dash or overrun. They go in quite aggressively. They try and get the other side of a ram, and then the other one will come and follow up. So if the Genji goes in first, Hitori can follow up and hit the cardiac overdrive to pocket them. And we're actually going to get Gala swap onto Lucio here to try and make these engages a little bit harder. Happy to meet him for now, though. Hitori's going to go for it. Doesn't find anything, but can keep Rajaro pinned in. They force this format, and Pack's actually behind him now. They've got to try and deal with Pack. Can Pack get back out to his team? Deflect, and Rajaro has taken so much damage. Point is being forced by the rest of Ataraxia. They've actually stolen the point from Supershy. Don't expect that one, but Hitori is still coming. Dash on top. Gala has been deleted. Out of formation for a second there, and Gala will be punished. Sauna is still coming behind, looking for a late trade, but Hitori is doing the work. On top of Shockwave, forcing all the peel. Window's going to be used. Kanale thinks he can clutch. Surely Shockwave dies here. 2v4, no doing for Kanale and Shockwave, and they'll get the point flip back, but Supershy are winning the fights. They're looking dominant in the fights. Ataraxia having a really hard time dealing with this comp, but they got the flip, so they don't gain a huge amount of that. Now they have all the ults, and they want to go aggressive. Dash in. Hitori looking for the finish. Kitsune rush over top. Now the slam in. Rajaro takes that one. He's going to go in the cage as well. It's expensive, but it blocks the overclock as well. Smart from Hitori there. Able to clean it up. Another slam onto Gala. Nowhere for him to go. Hitori and Pack have been in sync so far. But the point was lost. The point was lost. We need objective focus gaming here. Without the Tracer, there's obviously not quite the same ability to mark the point, but we're going to go again. Pack's going to lead themselves in with a blade. B over top, nowhere for Shockwave to go, but he's getting full pocket. The pocket's good, but no! Still able to find the kill. Rajaro is low in the meantime. And this Mauga gives them such a big ability to kill the Ram compared to a lot of the other tank heroes. Thank you, Vigorboyd, for the bits. We're locked in. Overclock now available for Zoro. Beat in response from Gala, but Hitori wants to be aggressive again. They're going to start with this overclock early. Does Gala need to beat back? The beat will come back. They need to get Hitori out from the front line now. She needs a lot of help. Oh, Vasuzu is good. Manages to overrun out. They do get all the way out, and Zoro gets the Shockwave kill. It's Supershy to lose now. They just need to regroup on point, focus down targets. Rajaro back on the Orisa. They're dealing with Sauna first. They turn their attention to Rajaro. Rajaro has to spin. Longer cooldowns now, remember, for that Orisa. They're still trying to pile the way through. Zoro on the high ground nearly has this rail. Kitsune rush from Kanale, though. It's turnable still. Pulse one to Hitori. Sauna's looking for that kill, but Sobek's got the peel. Pack is still stalling out in this cap as Hitori comes slamming back in. Will force Shockwave out. Though Shockwave does actually turn the kill. It's not over yet. Oh, they flipped the point? How has Gala robbed the point there? And now Shockwave's back. They've got two. Pack's looking for the finish. It's a dogfight, though. Gala falls on point. Kanale. Rajaro is back. Sauna's going to be there soon. Kitsune rush from Takuno. They need to finish, and Pack gets one. Takuno needs help on point. Suzu's himself will TP out. And somehow, someway, have Ataraxia actually managed to do it? Sauna's even going to get the kill. Ataraxia have stabilized. An unreasonable position to stabilize from. Now they're essentially on dive here, Ataraxia. Punch in onto Hitori. Will force them back for now. And they have to regroup, and they have to go again. But Beat Blade is available, so all eyes on Pack. Remember when Pack went in last time, he eventually was able to force the kill on Shockwave. But it was actually the tank they killed first. Now, obviously, a Doom Rajaro can be a little bit more evasive. Slow and steady, trying to force his Doom out. And oh, Pack's just killed Shockwave before anything starts. Beat Blade is there again. 2 kills. All right. It's taken him more fights than it should have done, but this will be the finisher here for Supershy. This time there's really no way. This time there's really no way. And Zoro will be pushing into spawn. Sojin gap. And they're in charge. They're in charge. And honestly, now, the fact that that was 100 to 83% at the end is actually wild, because it really felt like Supershy won every fight. They won every fight, I'm pretty sure. Sauna backcaps really dragged Nat out and gave Ataraxia a chance at the unlikely clutch. But comp here is a real problem for Ataraxia. We talked about Ataraxia, obviously the limitations of some of the hero pools across the roster, and we were wondering how Supershy were going to tackle it. Were they going to go the dive route? Were they going to try and just go like a Lucio Ram route or something? I see we've also got the golden kappa as well. Success was had. Success was had. Alright. Dive now on downtown. We thought they would do this. Hitori, sorry, will be on that Winston as we expected. Trying to take this inside route first. Looking for this aggressive dive timing. This Bap and Ashe are vulnerable if they can connect. We see Gala actually on the Lucio here. Rajara's quite far forward. Behind him is Pac, and he's caused such a big trade. Lamp had to be used by Kaneo. Pac has got more damage on him. Rajaro, oh, they managed to kill Hitori, so Rajaro will live. The pocket is enough in the end. The cooldown's just about stretched far enough, and it'll be first control over to Ataraxia. Good as well, because this means you can look at Kaneo and Shockwave now. They are so keen to get back on this high ground. Playing that as just a shooting gallery in the back. Hitori is going to go onto the Malgan now. Pac onto the Genji. So back to the comp. This comp did work, but how do they deal with this high ground? It's going to become a job for Pac and Sobek, and maybe Takuno can join in occasionally as well. They do force him back to point. Now the slam onto point. They want to turn onto Rajaro. Rajaro trying to keep himself alive for now. Gala's caught in the middle though. Disengage not there. They do trade 1-for-1. Sauna is causing havoc, but this lamp will go down and Rajaro is in trouble. Doesn't have another form somehow, some way. Kaneo has kept him alive for now, and now they're on split targets here. Supershy have to be careful. They need to get all of them both, but here comes Zoro sliding in. Dynamite onto Zoro. Shockwave forces him back. Gala back from spawn, and Supershy, they had the health advantage. The engage looked good to start with, but they just couldn't finish the kills. They do get the flip, which maybe eases some of the punishment of losing this fight. But split targets for Supershy, no good. Now we're getting to the ult portion of the fight. Kaneo's going to have this window. Expect this window to be dropped on high ground. Might even be an early window. Kaneo and Shockwave want to go. Can they find anything? No. Pac's even looking for a little bit more. Kaneo has to be careful now. A chance for him to go quickly. Kitsune Rush coming up very swiftly for Takuno. Shockwave has the Bob. Can use this to try and slow him down. There we go. Bob comes through. Misses him. Pulse Bomb's good from Sauna though, and they might just have to take the loss here. Take the loss and go one more fight. Die quickly if you're Supershy. They will have a lot of the ults coming back, but must-win fight, and not just a must-win fight for Supershy. They have to win. They have to win this fight, and then they have to win all the preceding fights afterwards, and Ataraxia want to hold close. They want to go in spawn. They've got no ultimates. Rajaro is closest to that annihilation. They should win as long as they can touch. Pac doesn't want to swap to Tracer because he's nearly got the blade. They're trying to make their way through. They might just have to go coast here, potentially. No, Hitori's going to come slamming through main. Kitsune Rush on top of Rajaro, forces his form out. They're all above him now. Defensive beat comes through. Is there a beat in return from Sobek? They've traded 1-for-1. They have got tank advantage, but they're all on the low ground now. Supershy. Sauna dives in and gets one. Sobek, they might need this beat. Pac's making a move. Pac doesn't get the beat. He's going to get dynamited as well. Indecision there. Sobek and Hitori had a longer rotation, and Pac, there'll be a cage jacks as well. It ends in a disaster there. Zoro with a desperation overclock coming back, but him and Sobek, there's too much to do. Oh, he gets one. The Suzu keeps him onto point for now as well, but the damage is done. Rajaro to finish it with the annihilation. We'll have a few more touches. But there was a chance there in that 3v3. I think if Sobek and Hitori, if they can either just drop the beat quicker, or if Pac can just wait a little bit. If Pac can wait a little bit and they can go as a 3-man group, I think that fight's really winnable there. Supershy. It's a little bit disappointing how they lost a lot in those fights. You think some of it's focus fire, some of it is just timing in these late fights. Just timing, focus fire, real basic stuff. Nah, I'd be lying to you if I tell you every team in the world doesn't have to have conversations about this from various time. It will lose you a fight at any level. And it's the sort of thing, if you're not switched on, it can cost you. And I think that's what cost him there. The good news, I think, though, the good news is the comp is working still, I think, for Supershy. The comp is working. It's going to be a really nice map for it now on Mecha Base. Mecha Base historically has been the one that Ataraxia have struggled on the most. And now they've got to do it against a comp they've also been struggling at. May is the swap from Sauna. This gives them a little bit more chance to punish here. Would be interesting. I don't know if Rajaro's got a Sigma on him. This can be quite effective into this as well. Early damage onto Hitori. She's awfully low. Suzu on top of her now. Cardiac Overdrive is not going to be able to keep her up. She's in the corner. She's holding on. We'll try and slam out. Lamp now to push forward from Ataraxia. They're trying to go forward. Sauna is awfully low. Boop in from Sobek. They've managed to regroup. Hitori might be close to another Cardiac Overdrive, but goes down. Shockwave finds the kill, now with tank advantage. They need to try and win the fight quickly. Zoro is on the backline trying to force the play. Sobek's coming as well. They need kills and they need them quickly, but there will be nothing going. And it'll be a clean sweep for Ataraxia. First flip again, and an early window for Knail in this fight. All eyes on Knail. Should be aware of this if you're super shy. Should know this window's going to be early and just be ready to walk up and take a step back. Obviously, but Mauga doesn't have the greatest cooldowns. We're actually going to come through quite aggressively here. Can Knail find, well, the window to window? He has to lamp defensively first. Pack is behind, but they've got to pick. Can window this Mauga still, but I think the damage has been done and they get to hold on to this window for one more fight. And not only hold on to this window, they get to pretty close to all of their non-annihilation ults here. So might be Sauna to even start it if he can find the close engage on it. Obviously, for Sauna, he's got to factor in Suzu, got to factor in the various shifts everybody has. The Mauga's the best target outside run, but a difficult May ult to get off for Sauna here. Window at the choke, comes through, slams over top. Hitori, Blade coming through. Blizzard doesn't catch anyone. They're all through the Blizzard. They've still windowed, though, so a lot of damage. Later beat now comes through from Sobek. Trying to plow forward. Can they find the kills, though? Pack has the off-angle. Shockwave is low. Can he find the kill? The pocket from Knail. It's not enough. Hitori's coming the other side. Player advantage, but they're flipping the point first here, so they're just going to slow it down for a second, Super Shy, and then they'll all come back together as one. Tidier from Super Shy that time. They all get through the Blizzard. Sauna can't find the connection. They have to use quite a few of their ults for Beat, for Blade, for the Overclock. It's okay, though. They have Cage. They have Kitsune Rush. Meanwhile, Ataraxia is going to be an Annihilation and an Overclock. Generally, the way you would do this is Overclock to start it from Shockwave, Annihilation to finish it, but they've got to be ready for this Kitsune Rush. Shockwave gets out of it. Chance to turn with Overclock, but I think they just want to disengage. Rajaro's Lobo. Hitori keeps going. Annihilation will be used. Trying to push back. Hitori is solo. Can Shockwave find the kill? No, it's Sobek who finds the kill. They wall and go back. Hitori did use the cage in that as well. But it's a successful fight win, but low on cooldowns now. Super Shy have to chill for a little bit. Hitori only on half health. Zoro is low. Pack is low. Heal everyone up and go again. Knail's about to be back with Windows. Shockwave back with Overclock. Shockwave's on the flank here as well. Do they know? They know now. Zoro's exchanged shots with Shockwave. Overclock advantage here, and here it comes. Window as well. So much damage, but Rajaro was already low. It ends up being quite a far back window compared to where they were fighting, but Shockwave's still got one kill. Here comes from Malgavo. Always got to be ready for that overrun. Sauna's going to get caught. Pack is over top. Shockwave is under major duress. Still trying to find an angle, find a kill for his team. But Malga comes running. Shockwave's going to keep going. The disengage is good so far. The beat from Ghana. Can they turn it? Now the counter beat from Sobek to keep going. They're back on Orisa here. Rajaro's here. Shockwave is still running. He hits the rail. Can they finish it? Gala catches him. They've done it. The backline Shockwave, Gala, Knail. They run for so long. They keep coming back. They've managed to hold on. And they're so close to the full cap here, Super Shy. But Ataraxia, what a disengage. Shockwave and Knail running for their lives. And they kept running. The reinforcements came. Shockwave was able to find the rail to turn that first kill. And they win. An absolutely massive fight. Now all eyes on Sauna to connect this Mayo. Kitsune Rush and Overclock. Here it comes. They're coming split. Try to turn onto the Malga. The Malga will freeze. Kitsune Rush. Can they save Suzu there? Hitori's still in trouble. They turn onto Kuno. They're able to turn one kill out of it, and it's an important kill now. But they've stolen point here. 4v5. They're stuck underneath, but they have point. Pack's going to find his way up. Looks for Knail. They lose Sobek, and it might just be a reset again. Have to be careful about dying late here if you're... And actually, they've killed the cage. Hitori's killed Knail with the cage. It's not quite done yet. Respawns will be coming back soon. Pack nearly has his cooldowns. Can they pocket Pack through this? Oh, he's low. 1-for-1 trade. No tank now. Ataraxia do have control of a point, but Takuna was flipping it. It's a dogfight. Here they come. Defensive beat from Gala just to keep holding on. They're all going to make their way back to point. But Shockwave spots a chance to finish it. And finish it he will. I don't think there's a touch now. I don't think there's a touch. I think they tried to clutch too soon there. They could have just stayed and waited for a later touch. But B, the overclock ended up being too much here. Hitori can get one more touch. Will be beamed down. And this should be the finisher. Ataraxia will take this first map. But they were really pushed all the way by Supershy. Really pushed all the way. And I think if it wasn't for that one big fight where we get this huge kite from Kaneo, Gala, and Shockwave, they literally do a lap of the map. An entire lap they do. We'll get this play of the game now from Kaneo. Let's see it. Let's see it. I think this is the disengage one, right? This is the disengage. Shockwave maybe sets up. Yeah, gets one kill. Maybe it was... oh, this was a first fight. Sorry, this was a different fight. Just clean up there as they try and bleed in. But they've done well. Let's see if we've got a successful HUD now. The answer might be... no. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Is there such a thing as a non-defensive lamp? Space Jazz asks. Yeah, you can push with lamp. It's uncommon, for sure. It's uncommon, but some of the times if you have, especially in like a Rhine mirror, maybe I can send you back to me. But some of the times when you have a Rhine mirror or some kind of Brawl mirror, if you have lamp advantage, say if you have a bad percent to use lamp for whatever reason, and you know there's no other ults to be scared of, like there's no May ult, there's no Shadow, or there's no Annihilation or whatever, and it's just like a neutral fight, but you have lamp advantage, you can actually just swing super aggressively and just like lamp into their face. So there is an opportunity for it. I'm just going to check out what's happening right now, because obviously, yeah. First map's finished, we're going into Midtown. There is the lobby invite. So I can send us back, but the score is not correct on the HUD yet. Let me see if I can refresh it. Obviously, it was Ataraxia who won that first map. Did it crash again? Oh, okay. The White's gonna have to set up the lobby manually. White's one of the admins from FACEIT, so we'll leave you on my screen while that happens. I do see a question actually from Gandalf in terms of why they gave Midtown the best double flex maps. So yeah, I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake here from Supershy. Let me make sure I get in on this lobby invite. There we go. Are we in? It's looking good. Looking good. Yeah, so what happened... Let me go back to this now, as we're in lobby. So what happened is, normally, or quite commonly, Supershy ban Paricio. Clearly they don't like the map, they don't want to take the dive mirror, but actually I thought they've had some success in the dive here. So I was actually a little bit surprised that Supershy weren't willing to take Paricio and just put Hitori on Winston and let her play one of the heroes she's good at. I thought that would have been super reasonable, and actually the sort of map that Ataraxia would have loved to avoid. Because the other thing about banning Paricio for Supershy is Ataraxia always ban it. So you don't have to ban it yourself, because the other team's going to ban it for you. So I think, yeah, a mistake is the long and short of it, which meant that by the time Ataraxia then get to ban, they get to ban Eichenwald, which leaves the choice being Hollywood and Midtown for Supershy, which is rough. We're going to get tools coming in here as well, which means we're unlikely to see dive, and we might just see some version of the mirror. Which you have to believe if you're Ataraxia, you're going to feel pretty good about, honestly. Honestly. Let me see if I can fix the HUD, sorry. Fine with... Let me see if I can reload it. Just waiting on one more. I think it's Gala we're potentially missing. It's not Gala, I lied to you. It's old Shockers. Old Shockwave. Pretty reasonable start, I think, actually, from Shockwave overall. In terms of hitty shots, tight with his backline most of the time. Problems I think Ataraxia had were mostly comp-based. Mostly difficulties dealing with the Malga, dealing with the Genji. It got better, their disengages, their backline felt tighter. And there was a few times, I think maybe once on Sanctuary, once on Downtown, where Gala just ended up in front of formation. You saw, it was actually a really good example on that mecha base. You know, there's like the point here, there's the little bridge here, and then there's the high ground all around point. When they did this big kite all the way around here, they did a really good job of basically staying in formation. So Shockwave out the front on Sojourn, the Bap and Lucio kiting all the way behind. And that's what you generally, if you can stay in formation and do that, you have a pretty good chance. And what you also need a lot of the time is when you're Sojourn, Bap, Lucio are trying to take a back step to avoid for a pin, you need your Ram to play in a way where he doesn't get sandwiched. Because if your Ram is here, and then he gets turned on by a Malga and turned on by the rest of the team push him, it can be a real problem. But if your Ram can either get to a space where they can just play their own thing, or they can even just disengage with the team, it's really okay. So it's a little bit about how well can they play around the slam, and it felt like it did get better, and the kites got better from Ataraxia the more it went on. We'll do one last question. I know someone was asking if what game am I going to stream next. No live streams tonight. I'm going to try and do some VODs of some of the American games. That'll go up on my YouTube. But in terms of tonight, it might be just a short one, just this one match. And we are going on to Midtown now, which was obviously Super Shy's pick. I think you're really happy about it, though, if you're Ataraxia, as we mentioned before. As we get a chance for Gala to probably play Alari. Tools is in as well for Hitori. So, Sigma, Mirror. Seen a lot of Rajaro make positive impressions while playing Ramatra. If he is going to take the Sigma Mirror here, it's going to be a very different type of matchup. And we're going to get the Alari. We're going to get an Ash Mirror, if you can believe it. And we're going to get Bat Brig out of the side of Super Shy. Super Shy in the blue here and Ataraxia in the red. Having a few issues with the HUD, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it in post, don't you worry. Dynamite early on to Sobek, and that just sets up an easy kill for Sauna. And oh, they've been busted wide open here. Busted wide open. Nice and easy. Not ready for that one. Sobek caught by the Dynamite. Sauna quick to punish. And they'll stagger out the Sigma here as well. They'll make his life painful. They'll take him down. And the chance of a recontest is gone. It's gone. Chance to get the high ground still here. Now, Tools was staggered out a bit, so Rajaro just wants to walk and take it away from them. Really reasonable decision to make. Tools is not here to match it, so will be forced out. Really keen to hold this high ground if they can, and Kaneo is about to have that close window, but not quite close enough to keep Rajaro up, and he will be forced back. Oh! Dodges the rock by a whisker. Still doesn't get out. The lamp isn't there. No! A disaster here for Rajaro and Ataraxia. And they will be forced all the way back. What a nice freebie for Super Shy just to stabilize their hold here. And now this part is really tricky to attack. It's a place we often see the full hold come in, basically. It's going to be a battle on this left-hand side. Gala wants to carve it open, wants to use this, and they'll catch Sobek with it as well. Kaneo will be able to lamp himself through this initial damage. He windows as well, but Gala had it. Oh, sorry, it was Takuno who lamped himself through the damage, but a disaster there. They lose on the flank. They lose in main. A super ambitious window by Takuno. We knew he was going to be 1 HP after that lamp. Still drops the window to try and clutch. And now Ataraxia get all the space. They are plowing forward, and they've got Bob. They've got window. They've got Flux coming up. It's going to have to be a bit of a miracle play. The window catches him early. Pack, no chance. Zoro is going to have this bob soon. They can get another fight out of it if they can live. But Sauna interested in a stagger if he can. If they can get to this rally, there might be a chance here for Supershy, but it's a difficult recontest. They have to do it through Bob as well. Shockwave waiting. There it is. The Bob intercepts the Bob. It's a Bob 9. Bob interception there. Actually, couldn't have gone better there from Shockwave on that Bob. Both Bobs will fall, but Ataraxia will be more than happy with how that trade went. Complete control now of the second point, holding close at the choke, and Shockwave's busted out the pick as well. Ash advantage, rally coming back from Sobek. He wants to turn it. Remember, he's got an extra bash now when they reset it. Pressure onto Rajaro, but he's backed out to the choke. They've lost Sauna on the side, but they have stabilized against this rally, and now a chance for Rajaro to drop this Flux if he sees the opportunity. Remember, walls can't save you, ceilings can't save you. Not anymore. As Ataraxia get this point going and look for a chance. So we're going to see actually a captive sun all the way through. Gala has gone so deep. Surely he gets punished for this. Pack has to trade for kill, but no. The lamp is good. Oh, they kill it. Pulse bomb kills Kaneo. They keep walking forward. Takuno wants to clutch with window. They want to hold for space here, but the rest of Ataraxia, they're up. They're on the high ground. And Rajaro is about to drop in on them. Take all the space. Will force Zoro out. Dodges the rock. Hits the rock onto Zoro. Will confirm that kill. Nice from Rajaro. Can take the map for his team. 4 minutes still on the clock. And Ataraxia in cruise control. Flux is a piece, but look at the backup ults coming as we see this. Here we go, Flux trade. Shockwave will get caught in it. Can they pocket him through? Oh, Tools disappears. They just beam him down. The Flux Jack. The Flux Jax is no good. Able to get the damage through, and Ataraxia remain in control. Window and Bob to finish it. And it's been one-way traffic on this midtown. One-way traffic. A Ramatra swap from Tools. A window from Kaneo. Tools, his HP does not exist. Going for a clutch. Sobek trying to force the backline, take what attention he can, but the damage is done. Bob over the top. 3 minutes, 23 seconds. And you won't see many quicker midtowns than that. You really won't. And now, Supershy. A big task ahead of themselves. A big task ahead of themselves. Obviously, whenever you attack a map, you kind of plan to finish it. You plan to finish your attack. So nothing really changes in that sense for Supershy. But it certainly seems, especially after losing map 1 as well. Remember, this is essentially... It is Ataraxia are map up. So if they can convert the defense here, Ataraxia will just win the series and put themselves in a pretty nice spot as far as the round robin goes so far. A lot to do. I mean, ironically, even though the mirror's gone very poorly for Supershy so far, it's actually one of the easiest comps to hold on in this type of mirror. But I would be surprised if they want to go into it again. It's not gone great. Looks like it's going to be Lucio, Bap, Sigma. So a slight twist, at least on the attack. Again, it might just be a speed out of spawn type thing. And maybe Sobek will swap. Obviously, without Hittorian, their ability to press a Winston button or shift the comp or the matchup massively isn't really available for Supershy as it normally would be. So it will be Lucio, it will be Sigma, it will be Ash with all of this. It was an easy opening for Ataraxia on their attack. The Dynamite just connected and Sauna finished the kill. We'll see how Supershy choose to approach it. They're trying to get Pack through this left-hand side. And they're going to walk nice and slowly through the main. Just trying to get a bit of space here for Pack on the left-hand side. But Gala, Shockwave, Sauna, they're all there. Sauna's actually quite far forward, but Gala's peeking aggressively while the Sigmas are just trading on the front line. Shockwave's going to shut down Takuno, and that's the main source of healing gone now. Rajaro can force him out, but Sobek's actually committed deep on the right-hand side of our screen here. Just trying to force a kill. Trades do favour the attackers, but I don't think any of them are coming, and Pack will get cleaned out. Gala... not even bothering to use his keyboard for the tail end of that one. They remain in control. And the nature of the massive time bank that Ataraxia have is It doesn't even need to be perfect, just time off a clock. Every fight they lose adds a layer of difficulty for Supershy because they've got the whole map ahead of them that they have to complete. And they have to complete with time left on the clock. But one fight at a time, just try and win first point for now. Sobek and Pac trying to push his right hand or left hand from their perspective. Sauna goes for a pulse bomb, misses it. It's a big battle there. That Tools is trying to overload, but actually Rajaro's exploited it. Tools was trying to peek left, but Rajaro pushes him main. Rajaro gets the better of him. Zoro does get one trade. Could be crucial. Pac wants to play his life here if possible. Sauna doesn't feel like any mercy will be on the cards today, though. And Kanale should be back relatively in time, so the trade doesn't even work out that great for him. Does mean the window's a little bit slower, but Kanale is still ahead of Takuno, so there's no ults to actually start this one with the Supershy either, so it's going to be a slow, pokey fight again. Dynamite doesn't connect onto the flank here. Sauna will be forced all the way out. Sobek and Pac looking for it. Dynamite to try and cover. Catches Sobek and slows down Supershy's aggression. They're going to get Zoro into this far side. But Gala wants to come in. He goes in the room. Eyes on Zoro. Can he find the trigger? Will the Captive Sun explode? Doesn't look like it. Supershy weathered the storm and now want to swing out. They have that window. Here comes the Flux though. Bob's in the Flux. The beat saves everyone. Bob is still going. Rajaro has Matrix, so we'll be able to stabilize. But now a chance to come forward. Tools with his ult. There we go on top of the window. Catches everyone. Shockwave's getting pocketed. They have to lamp through it, but they do survive. All the ults have really been used now except for the Pulse Bomb and this Bob from Shockwave. They managed to swing back to the high ground here. Rajaro will be holding the door closed. Sauna's going to make his way in with a Pulse Bomb. No good from Sauna, and Pac wants to push out Gala here. Will be forced back out. They trade onto Rajaro with a front line here. Rajaro's lost that trade, has to back up, but here comes Bob. Bob is booped back. Buys time for him to take a step back. They have to lamp defensively here, Supershy. They've lost Pac, and they are now stuck in the room, and now they've lost Tools. And they have to just die here. If they can get a kill, it will be good. But Rajaro is all over him with that Matrix. And suddenly, 45 seconds, Pac is going to go Genji. Are we going to get a Mauga? A Ramata from Tools. They trade it up. Zoro will go Cass. So they now can be more aggressive, more brawly. Gala's going to have this Captive Sun though. And against this type of comp that just wants to go in and take a fight quite quickly, Gala should just be able to seal this. They've got the Flux as well if they really need it. But there we go, drops it down. Zoro in huge trouble. There's one kill, pushing Sobek. Oh, Gala just goes for it. Actually gets traded, so it's 4v4 thanks to this window from Takuno. A chance to get on point. 12 seconds left. Shockwave is above them. They have to be careful. They have to heal up. Sobek has dealt with Sauna and will group with his team. Shockwave is lurking above though. They need to push out Rajaro, but also care Shockwave. Dynamite hits Sobek, and actually Rajaro finds the rock kill. Now the Flux. Tools in trouble here. Rajaro's going to clean it up. Shockwave has repushed as well. It looked like it was maybe finding an opening, but no doing. No doing. GG's. GG's in the chat. It'll be a 2-0 in the end. And ultimately, we can check out the play of the game from Shockwave. Which one will it be? Double tap onto Takuno, nice and easy. Just one of these rotations. Nice. Easy for Shockwave in the end. Just there for him. Sauna finishes this one for him too. Nice and easy. And the hold was dominant, right? The hold was dominant. I think we saw that throughout. And we're starting to see this pattern a little bit more commonly in FACEIT, where we have a very close control map, and then somebody just gets full held on hybrid. I think there's definitely questions to be asked over the Supershy draft. How did we end up with Midtown and Hollywood for choices? It is fair to say that actually, if Ataraxia get to pick maps 1 and 3, the Ataraxia options on hybrid are all pretty good. It's really hard, I think, to put the optimal ban system against Ataraxia if you get to pick map 2. I think picking map 2 versus Ataraxia isn't that high value, essentially, compared to some of the others. Maybe Icon World is the best you can get. But anyway, I think a very good performance from Ataraxia. They got proposed a new problem, especially on that control with the Mauga Genji, but they did manage to overadapt, and a lot of how they fixed their problems was just playing better, tighter kites, cleaner disengages, keeping their Sojin and Bap alive. In terms of player of the match, I'm thinking. think Gala had a couple of nice captive sons. I think Rajaro was, honestly, I think I gave it to Rajaro last time, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Maybe I'm just a sucker for Rajaro, but I thought he had a very good game again. I thought we saw him play Sigma. I think he got the better of tools on Sigma. I hadn't seen Rajaro play Sigma before, and I honestly haven't seen much of tools play Sigma either, but Rajaro did better, right? Rajaro did better. So maybe it is just a Rajaro play of the game again. I think Sorter and Shockwave both had good games as well. I think pretty solid performances across the board from Ataraxia, especially given the difficult start against that Malga Genji. I think a lot of the problems for Supershy, even though Supershy have once again played a tougher team and also failed to win, I actually look at this from Supershy, and I really think on that cough, they probably should have won. They probably should have won, honestly, right? I think some of their mistakes, especially on downtown, were just like split targets, bad disengages, poor ults and stuff as well. There was lots of things I think that they could just fix that are just easy fixes, you know, aren't comp problems or aren't like understanding problems. It's just, we just made a silly mistake type thing. So I think actually a lot of that for Supershy is still quite promising. I think they maybe ran into some bigger problems where they end up on Midtown, and with tools in, even though I imagine he very much probably is the better Sigma, right? Without Hitorian, they lose a lot of this flexibility, the ability to press dive, and I think especially against a team like Ataraxia, the ability to press the dive button is super useful. I know Midtown is, to be fair, probably one of the worst maps for it, but I think versus that comp, maybe not unreasonable. I'd be really interested, and we're going to see the results of this on Saturday. So what's going to happen on Saturday is SSG are going to play Ataraxia, and SSG are going to be posed with the same problem that all these teams previously have of, well, they're going to play double flex. They're going to try and put us in double maps where double flex are useful. What's SSG's answer? Do they just do it with Lucio? Do they play Sim? Obviously, maybe an option that SSG have now other teams don't. Or do they go dive? I think dive is a really viable option into this type of comp and can force Gala into potentially a lower impact hero than letting him play Alari this whole time. I think if you let Gala play Alari, you're probably putting yourself in a difficult position. I think in that type of mirror, Bat Brig versus Bap Alari, if it is just going to be a slow brawly mirror, the Alari has to be better, I think, than the Brig, honestly. I think so for sure. So, I think that brings us to the end, honestly. I think we can maybe have a quick look ahead at what's next in some of our future games. If I can find you the schedule right here. And if I can press the correct button as well, that would be good. If we look into the future, if we look into the crystal ball of the future, I can see bright things. We've got this SSG Ataraxia game that I mentioned before. That's going to be this Saturday. The same time that today's match started, that match is going to start then. Likewise, we'll get a lot of... I might try and see when this game's on, the temporary name versus Supershy might be quite interesting. Again, that's one of the really important ones for Supershy. That is must win. Ataraxia, you maybe expect him to lose to, but that one, I think, really sits in the must-win category for Supershy. So a super important game. If we can't catch it live, I'll get the replays and we'll watch it through the replays. Other than that, we'll try and get some of the other replays going. I know there was a significant interest, I think, in the Twisted Minds Rockstars, the kind of Saudi derby. Be worth a watch. Other than that, maybe some quite one-sided games on some of these other fixtures. We'll obviously have a lot of the NA fixtures as well. I'll take you through the NA ones quickly as well while we're here. Again, focus on round 3, same place on your screen. And we've got maybe some of the TSM versus Pip, Pip versus Shikigami, Pip versus FMCL. I think a really important week for Pip to prove they belong in the sort of maybe top 6 or so category. I think that's super important. Well, it's super important for Pip's chances at least. But other than that, maybe Toronto Citrus will be worth a watch. But we'll wait and see. I'll try and bring you more of those games. Stay tuned to my YouTube. If you missed this game or you missed any of it live or you missed the start, especially honestly that Busan, actually a crazy map, a crazy back and forth map. So super interested to go watch that one if you did miss it. I'll be uploading it to my YouTube. It should be online tomorrow sometime. So thank you very much. Congratulations to everyone who got a golden capper, of course. And congratulations to Ataraxia. Congratulations to Rajaro for another player of the match. He's racking them up now. Maybe I've got a tank bias. Have I got a tank bias? It's a problem for another day. We'll figure out if I have a tank bias another day, but But I've certainly got a Rajaro bias, it seems. So thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll do a raid. I'll send you somewhere nice. I'll send you somewhere nice. But thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow for a new type of stream. Actually, tomorrow we're gonna do a VOD review stream, which means we're gonna look at some VODs. We're gonna look at some VODs and try and figure some things out. I think maybe we're gonna figure out, was Pelican hard throwing, or is he a genius that just needs to refine a little bit more? So stay tuned for that. It's on the stream schedule below, exactly when it's starting, but I'll see you all tomorrow. And thank you very much. Good night, everyone.